northeast corner of Scotland lies the city of Aberdeen. Sometimes called the City of Bon Accord, it is also known as the Granite City because of its many fine buildings of silver grey granite hewn from Rubslaw Quarry in the west end of Aberdeen. In years gone by, Aberdeen was known for its granite industry, for paper making, with mills sited on the River Don, for shipbuilding, and for its fishing industry. The agricultural land around Aberdeen provided a bountiful harvest and proved suitable for the breeding of Aberdeen Angus cattle renowned the world over. More recently, Aberdeen has been known as an oil city, and the rig supply boats seen here in the harbour serve as the oil rigs that drill for black gold far out in the North Sea. All of these facts about Aberdeen are well documented, but what is perhaps less well known is that for almost 100 years, Aberdeen has had a Scottish country dance festival. All of the dancers you have just seen are very proud to represent RSCDS Aberdeen branch at the festival. Scottish country dancing was included as part of the Aberdeen Music Festival from its inception in 1909. However, the tangible history of the SCD festival can be traced from photographs and the dates and team names inscribed on festival trophies. On screen is the Mrs. Galloway Medal, presented to the SCD Festival in the mid-1920s by the County Guide Commissioner. This is the Cox Cup, won for the first time in 1929 by Marykirk WRI. In 1936, the Lady Semple Salver was won by the Aberdeen Wednesday SCD class. Other names on the salver include the St Nicholas Dancers, the Tarlair Dancers of Macduff, and the Craigie Dancers of Perth. The Kerr Cup, seen here, was won in 1949 by the Aberdeen SCD Mixed Team. Other winning teams named on the cup include the Clanhay Dancers, the Bon Accord Dancers, and the Crown Dancers of Inverness. These are photographs of teams that have danced in the festival in years gone by. This photograph was taken in 1928 of the guide team from Ballater, Aberdeenshire, Small guide in the middle of the back row is Helen Lenny. Today, Helen's daughter, Pat Barron, regularly acts as a steward at the festival, and we'll hear from Pat a little later in the film. The team of guides you see now danced in the early 1930s. The first man is Ina Jugut. This Sea Rangers team danced in the 1960s, and Ina's daughter Joan, now Mrs. Joan Gordon, can be seen at front left. Joan has been a dancer, a team trainer, and a member of the festival committee. It is fortunate that some of the festival programmes have been saved, the earliest dating back to 1951. The festival that year was held in the Music Hall, and the adjudicator was none other than Miss Jean Callender Milligan. In 1977, Aberdeen University granted her an honorary doctorate for her furtherance of Scottish country dancing. Let's have a look now at teams from out with Aberdeen. First, we have the Julie Young Dancers from Perth, followed by the Marybank team from Inverness, and then the Edinburgh Scottish Dancers. This is Miss Annie O. Cumming, known affectionately as Annie O, who ran the festival from the 1950s until the late 1980s. During most of the same period, she was also RSCDS Aberdeen Branch Secretary. In her branch report for the RSCDS Annual Bulletin, Annie O confirmed that an all-time record of 188 teams entered the 1959 festival. We can see Miss Cumming here at the front of the photograph being presented with the Society Scroll. Alistair Aikenhead, a previous adjudicator at the festival, made the presentation, and just behind him is the renowned dance deviser John Drewry. Immediately behind Miss Cumming is Leslie Martin, who later took over the running of the festival from Annie O. Others in the photograph are named on screen. Let's see a little more dancing from the festival now. These photographs are of winning teams from the festival. Although teams may vie to win a trophy, dancers are happy to mix and dance together and enjoy each other's company both on and off the dance floor. This is a short clip of dancers from Aberdeen and Edinburgh celebrating together after competing at a country dance festival. Doris Young, who serves on the SCD Festival Committee, can be seen holding her daughter Angela in this photograph. As an adult, Angela produced Dance Scottish at Home during the coronavirus pandemic. Angela's dad Kenny is kneeling at the front, and we'll hear him play in the next clip. John Drewry devised the Twin Bairns reel for twins Zoe and Chloe Barclay, pictured on the far left. Some of the people in the following photographs and video clips are, alas, no longer with us and sadly missed from the Scottish country dance family and from the festival. We are privileged to be able to see them enjoying themselves dancing, hear them playing wonderful dance music, and to listen to their wise words. watching the RSCDS Aberdeen Ladies, the Tarlair Ladies of Macduff and the RSCDS Aberdeen Mixed Teams dance at the 1987 festival held in Powys Academy. A competitive festival needs an adjudicator, so let's hear from Bill Little as he engages the audience and encourages the dancers with his sage points. Enjoy hearing his light-hearted remarks and see how the dusted-down men respond to his comments.
Three very, very good teams indeed in the two ladies' teams and the mixed teams. And I just wish that there had been more competition, because that's what's needed. And I don't know how we're going to get it, because it seems that most of the festivals nowadays, that the adult sections in some places seem to be going down. And I often wonder what's the reason. Have we not got time to practice perhaps? Or perhaps the leader of our group doesn't think that we're fit to take the floor. Well, I think we should take the floor, and it's just through taking the floor that we gain experience. Now, I'm just going to quickly give the points on these three teams. The first team did Staff and Harvest very well indeed. And they followed that up with, if you'd seen on Thursday night at Castle Douglas, the teacher, for some reason, and I don't know why she gave Old Nick's Lumber Room to the girls, because some of them have only been dancing for a couple of years, and Old Nick's Lumber Room at the end of the evening had everything in it that should be in it. So you see, it's a slick thing, very slick. So in your first one, I thought you'd very good feeling here for Strathspey dancing, and each formation flowed one to the other, particularly the circles to half poussette. There was a very good uniformity here. In the setting step lift position, it was well shown. On occasions, beware of wobbly arms. Just be aware of that. Now, we used to have someone, he was a man who danced beautifully, but he had his arms out as just as if we were on takeoff from Prestwickers at Aberdeen Airport. So, without being rigid, I don't mean you to be rigid, just be relaxed, but watch, because it comes in and we get into little habits, you know, and it's difficult to get out. So be careful of that. Those in charge, just check that to a natural position at the side there. Only, and of course I had to go for it here, only on a rare occasion, you see, we've got to have big eyes. When someone had to go in a certain position, did I see just the feet didn't make contact? You see, I've got to look for this when it's standard of this height. But on the whole, it was a very, very good performance. Now, in the second one, Old Nick's Lumber Room, some dancers must try and get more attack and skip change. It seems, ladies, and the children are the same. Give them a reel of three to do, and they begin it, and then it goes down and down and down. Now, yours didn't go down and down and down, but it started off well, and it just went down to the next step on the ladder. Try and keep it up there with the same spirit, and it looks snappy if you can keep it up right throughout. The covering of the reels was well shown, particularly those across. And of course, the pitfall really was the two circles when Maggie Jane forgets to go to the right the second time. But they both flowed very well, one into the other there, one into the other. Very, very well done indeed. The pas de basque was well defined, and thanks to some people, the happy spirit was maintained. Very good teamwork. And then I go on to the next section, and here's how I can let you into the secret. This dance, Autumn in Appin, by John Drewry, is beautiful, and one of the things, apart from the formations, is the music. And the music we had were its original, The Hills of Lorna by Charlie Hunter, and then I didn't know the second tune, but the third tune came up as Scott Skinner's Sharona. And oh, it just hits you before you see any footwork. But you know, men, oh, I'm going to catch it for this. I hope you haven't been brought out of the top drawer, dust it well, put on the floor, and then you're going to be laid away again. Whoever is in charge keep them at it because it was so relaxed right throughout, and that's why I took a while to recover from it. It was so glorious and easygoing, and the social spirit was there right throughout. Oh, for more teams like this. What a lovely smoothness right throughout. Ease of movement in each formation. Two of the ladies tried to get nearer the floor. I caught you when you were dancing nearest me, just pinnacled a little high. Keep up this good work. The travelling throughout was first class, was very nice indeed. So the winners in that section are entry number 1. And of course there's no doubt as to who's the winner in the next section. I gave you 90 for the Ottoman Appin and 89 for Minnell Castle 179.
Some classes in the festival allow entries from both adult and children's teams. Here you can see the Airy Hall children's team followed by the Aberdeen ladies team dancing the Eightsome Reel. Young played accordion for the children's team, and Rhoda Downey played piano for the adult team. The scribe assisting the adjudicator was Florence Fraser, and the steward dealing with the information boards was Jennifer Moyer. Finally, we must mention Miss Cumming, sitting at her table in the top right-hand corner in charge of the entire festival. And now we come to the present day to speak with a steward and a scribe who have helped at recent festivals, Pat Barron and Audrey Stratton.
To me, the role of a steward is making sure that people, especially competitors, are in the right place at the right time. With younger dance teams, it can be ensuring that they arrive at the hall and depart from the hall as quietly as possible.
When one becomes a scribe, it's most important that every word that the adjudicator says is written down. It must be written very quickly and legible and good spelling, or correct spelling, I should say. This allows the adjudicator to focus his attention on the team who are dancing.
The next dip into festival history comes from video clips of the 1988, 91 and 92 festivals held in Powys Academy that later was renamed St Macher Academy. The quality of the film leaves a little to be desired, but it's of historic value. Can you spot the 2021 RSCDS president and the chairperson dancing in the various teams? dancer you can see in the middle now is Alistair Reid in 1991. Now we go to an interview with Alistair in 2021 at the Beach Ballroom. We'll also hear from the 2021 Society President, Jean Martin.
Well, it was a youth club that I used to belong to, and they decided to have a team of dancers put into the festival. And a friend of mine who used to be the leader of the youth club was a dancer, so she got me involved in it then. And from there, I progressed to other teams, like the Clanhay Dancers, and then into the Society.
The RSCDS will be 100 years old in 2023. And any organisation is always dependent on the young coming up. And the Aberdeen Festival has a particularly vibrant youth section with school children and, well, teenagers who may also be school children competing. And so that has meant that we have worked together over the years, and we're very appreciative of the work of the Aberdeen Festival.
For their winning performance of the foursome reel, the adjudicator George Lawson presented the Sir Ewan Forbes Salver to Jean Martin, Lorna Ogilvie and their partners Dorothy McKnight and Rini Nairn. In the late 1980s, Miss Cummings suddenly became ill and a small committee had to be hastily set up to carry on the festival. Joan Gordon, pictured here, organised the stewarding. Olive Emsley managed the trophies. And in this group, we see the remainder of the committee, Jane Lays, Leslie Martin and Doris Young. Leslie Martin, dancer, teacher, tutor, examiner and adjudicator, was very well qualified to lead the festival committee. Jane Lays handled the secretarial side of things, ably assisted by her husband Rob, who was pictured earlier on the right-hand side of the picnic photograph. Here we can see Jane and Leslie together at an Aberdeen branch function. After 16 years as SCD Festival Secretary, Jane retired in 2004. Leslie retired in 2013, but she later returned to present the new trophy bearing her name to the Craigiebuckler team. In this corner of Scotland, we would say that music gars you loup, or music makes you want to dance. James Coates, that we hear playing now, is one of the many wonderful musicians who have played at the festival. We'll hear more from James at the end of the film. Festival musician Matthew McLennan introduced this film with the music The Bonnie Lass o' Bonaccord. Nan Main, a well-known pianist, is pictured with a demonstration team she played for. Nan was also a dancer. In this photograph, she's the dance partner of the renowned Highland dancer Bobby Watson. Nan is possibly best known in wider dance circles as a composer of Scottish country dance music. What you've been hearing in the background is a recording of Nan playing. Let's now hear from Frank Thompson, a festival musician of many years standing.
Well, fairly early on when I was learning the accordion in Perth, I think I played for Scottish country dance classes when I was 15, 16, 17-year-old. Then my career came into place and in banking, and I didn't play Scottish country dance music until about perhaps 35 years. Until when I came to Aberdeen, I got a call from the Scottish Country Dance Society asking me to play for classes in Aberdeen, and that was the start of, that was a life-changing phone call in actual fact.
Frank is playing the J. Scott Skinner tune Blooms of Bonaccord. Aberdeen City won the Britain in Bloom contest many times, and John Drewry devised the dance of the same name, the Blooms of Bonaccord, on the third consecutive win. Since the outset, a central pillar of the Scottish Country Dance Festival has been piano music. Kathleen Anderson tells us now how she was introduced to playing for country dancing.
I did dance in the festival, so I was quite interested in Scottish country dance music, and my auntie Bella used to help me with my piano lessons, and then she was also the pianist of the class, and she gave me some Scottish country dance music, and that was me.
This is the tune Beechwood, composed by Frank Thompson for the dance The Beechwood Strathspey, published in the Aberdeen branch 75th anniversary book. Frank and Kathleen are playing the music for the dance The Bees of Maggie Knockater, devised by John Drewry. Many talented musicians have played at the festival over the years, and they are listed in the credits at the end. In the past, festival teams were invited to dance outdoors in Union Terrace Gardens. Alistair Hunter and Jessie Cruikshank played for this 1982 event. The children's teams include Airy Hall, Ferry Hill, Hazelhead and St Margaret's primary schools. Teams of adults representing Aberdeen branch also danced in the gardens. Can you spot John Drewry dancing in the teams? As well as hosting its own SCD festival, Aberdeen sends teams to sister festivals around the country. This is an Aberdeen team dancing at the Edinburgh Scottish Country Dance Festival. This strathspey is Miss Janet Lang, devised by Tibby Cram, who was pictured earlier in the scroll presentation photograph with Miss Cumming. Aberdeen dancers always enjoy dancing the Buchan Eightsome Reel. This dance was collected in the Aberdeen area and remains a firm favourite in the northeast of Scotland. Situated on the promenade at the edge of the North Sea, the Art Deco-style beach ballroom became the venue for the festival in 2016.
The ballroom was commissioned in 1926. The ballroom floor itself is sprung. The idea being you can physically dance all night and not be tired because it's reactive to the way that you move. It was built specifically as an entertainment venue, which is why the shape it is. There's no pillars in the way, it's a nice open floor.
To keep toes tapping, watch now as teams dance in the beach ballroom. You will see that there are classes for all ages and dance abilities. The festival is truly a festival for all. Aberdeen is a university city, with King's College in Old Aberdeen being founded in 1495. Edinburgh, Glasgow, Dundee, St Andrews and Aberdeen universities have all entered teams in the festival. We are watching the Edinburgh followed by the Aberdeen teams dancing. Perhaps the university's second college, Marischal College, has more significance for Scottish country dancers, as it was work in the biochemistry department of Marischal College that brought John Drewry to Aberdeen in the mid-1960s, and the rest, as they say, is history. John devised hundreds of dances, and these are just a few of his numerous dance books. His many interests included hill walking. He often found inspiration for his dances in the Scottish mountains. He also enjoyed time at the Society's summer school and is seen here with Miss Milligan. John's dances can be seen in the Butchered class at the festival. The Butchered Rose Bowl trophy came from the university group that danced in the Butchered Hall in Old Aberdeen. This trophy is awarded not for technique, but to the team showing the best teamwork and the true social spirit of Scottish country dancing. Everyone can take part under this qualification. Sit back now and enjoy clips of just a few of John's many dances. Watch out for the Craigie Buckler children's team dancing the Twin Bairns Reel, and the Bramble Bray team of teachers and children getting the audience clapping as they enjoy Tittle Tattle. festival has only ever been possible over these last 100 years because so many fine musicians have been willing to give their time and talent to play for the dancers. As we approach the end of our film, Angela Young and Graham Berry are bringing us home to Bon Accord. Traditionally, we close the festival with everyone on the dance floor, so take your partners for the last dance, the Dashing White Sergeant.